What is up, you guys? It is your boy Nova Senpai, and I'm here to tell you about my opinions on Wuthering Waves, if you care. I am now Union rank 40. I got that. It is currently the 5th at 5 a.m. When this video goes live, it's this morning. But I hit it yesterday at about 5 a.m. when I got off work. But so I am at Union rank 40. I'm gonna tell you right now, I am not free to play. Okay, I'm not a huge whale, all right, but I spent like 100, like 150, something like that, around that ballpark, probably a little more. But I have Gian, okay, I have Gian's signature weapon. I have the Static Mist. I have Emerald of Genesis. I have Cosmic Ripples. I have four 5-stars. And then I got Encore off of my 5-star selector. I got lucky, and on the discounted rate banner, I pulled both Yang Jin and Varina off of the I did a double 5-star pull off of the discounted banner. Okay. And then I got Calcharo off of my guaranteed, pity banner. And then obviously Gian off of his banner. So my Gian, he's not like C1 or anything. I just spent to get Gian and to get his weapon like base. All right, disclaimer, you do not need to spend in the game. First off, they give you so much stuff for free. Kuro Games is just like handing out 5-stars at this point. But I just bought them because I just like to have a lot of characters because I get bored with characters very easily. I like to just switch up like how I play. Just more fun to me, but you do not need to spend at all in this game. I actually would recommend you don't spend it all, because you can get plenty of pulls off of just playing the game, and there's really no need to. The game it's like Genshin, but isn't like Genshin in the fact that like it is more skill based. You can parry, you can dodge, and all right, since it just showed up, you see that lag? That is the number one gripe that I have. So it says in the top right, I have 20 MS. All right, I logged on like 3 minutes ago, and every time I log on every day, right, for at least the first like 5 minutes, the game is very laggy and like very jittery. It does get better. I haven't had the game open for a minute, but like right when you log on, when you do like attacks or jump, stuff like that, the game is very laggy. That is the biggest gripe I have, and that's like the only huge gripe that I still have. It might be because my PC's terrible, but I know like some of my friends also say they have like that same stutter issue, and it doesn't happen during the game like most of the time. It just happens right when I open. So my favorite part of the game is by far the traversal and the combat. So in Genshin, I run a team that has Venti, Yelan, and Sayu on it. All right, not because it's a good team, but because I just want to move around faster. In this game, I do not need like a traversal team. You have a grappling hook. I believe in Tower Fantasy you had that too. If you remember, I did like guides for that a long time ago. But you have a grappling hook. You can run your stamina does not deplete while running outside of combat. You can just run up these walls, right? It takes stamina to run up the walls, but like you can run up. You don't have to slow climb because boring. Grappling, there's even like you can do the mega jump, and it is just so much better to traverse the world. Like I barely ever fast travel. Like if I fast travel, it's like I'm traveling like all the like from Tower Adversity like over here. I'll fast travel, but for the most part, I do enjoy just running around the map. I love exploring. The game is fun. And yeah, it is a pleasure to actually walk around, and it does not feel like a chore to do so. Another part is the dodge mechanic and the parry system. I love it. You can go so there are enemies in the game that are level 120, right? There are elite enemies in the game. They have like a red aura around them, and there's like a bear, right? For instance, there's a bear that is level 120. Actually, I think I could probably go to it. Okay, so the bear hasn't respawned on my world, but the little one cost guys, the Tic Tacs and stuff, I actually haven't beaten yet. But the beauty about them, so they might be level 1. Well, these are level 100, but the bear is like level 120. I beat the bear, the level 120 bear, at character level 40, right? So the beauty about it is, if you can dodge and you can parry, you can do damage, and you can beat any level in the game, like any level character in the game, right? It is not just a DPS check. You can actually just beat the character, right? As long as you have the skill. I am trash, and I can't beat these guys because every time I try, one of them hits me while I'm focusing on the other one, and then I die. But like, if I was good enough, I could beat these. But yeah. So it is more skill based. Like, I won't say it's entirely like, oh, it's not Elden Ring. Okay, you're not like, it is not. It is a gacha game. In the end of the day, it's still a gacha game, but it is definitely pushing what gacha games can be, and I love it. I also love that the studio, or the developers, right, Kuro Games, have acknowledged their mistakes. So there have been a lot of like a lot of problems with the game in the past 2 weeks that it has been out. But Kuro has stepped in and fixed most, if most of the problems, right? They have fixed most of the problems that the community has brought up and had concerns with right away. For an example, the echo system. So when I was like farming echoes, right? Farming those taxi fields is terrible. Okay, you get like 1 yellow if you're lucky, 2 of the gold echo XP, and like 7 purples, right? You have to do that, like, you have to farm like 2 days worth to like level up 1 echo. It's just very grimy, right? It definitely feels low, and I can see it like being a problem. But especially for me, like, I was like, man, this kind of sucks, and I don't want to do this. And because it costs 60 wave points, right? And I felt like my wave plates were better used elsewhere. I have been farming them now though, because I just wail and do, like, I refresh daily on my wave plates. But they have stepped in, and so for 1.0, they are doing a double echo like event drop to like double the rewards from the taxi fields. And then in 1.1, they are decreasing the amount of, I think, currency needed to increase the echoes, and then also increasing echo drops from said taxi fields. So they are listed, right? Whereas, like, in a game that it is always compared to, Genshin, I loved Genshin when it came out. I love Honkai Star Rail. Genshin is too slow for me now. I just get bored. It's the same thing over and over. But it is like, Genshin has problems that they just never fix, right? It doesn't add content. There are like characters in Genshin that are still broken or don't work properly. And it's like, it's just nice to see that a developer has, like, they want their game to be good. And they also are really trying for their game to be good, because this is like the direct competitor to Genshin, which hopefully will lead like Hoyo to like actually step up their game, because now they have competition, right? And in return, Hoyo will increase Kuro to be more, and then they'll just, like, we get both games to be good. Because if both games are good, then everybody wins, right? We just want good games. We just don't want the same BS and people that don't like, devs that don't listen. We don't want that, right? But Kuro has definitely stepped up and proven that, like, they want the game to succeed and they listen to the community, and that's just great. And is that a shiny? He spawned here last time too. I feel like he just spawns here, right? I already have the turtle, but I'll get him again. It is what it is. See, look, trash. I should have dodged that, to be fair. But it is also we just talk about Mortefi being super overpowered. But it is just a fun game. I like really can't put it, like, I haven't been able to put it down in forever, right? Like, the game is super addicting. It's super fun. It puts pressure on Hoyo to like make their games better. And then vice versa. Like, if Hoyo releases an update, it'll make Kuro better, and then we all get to win, right? We all just want to play good games. And right now, Wandering Waves, okay? It's just a good game. It's fun. I can't put it down. I have friends that I see playing it all the time as well. We've been talking about it. We've been like just constantly talking about builds and all that. It's super fun. And like, they even have the simulated universe from another thing. It's like they took the best of like Genshin and the best of like Star Rail, and they put it in the game and improved upon it. Like, the Depths of Elusive Realm is like the simulated universe from Honkai Star Rail, right? And then they have the Tower of Adversity, which is up here, which is like the Spiral Abyss, right? And like, both of those are great. We like, endgame is great. The game has endgame. That's fun. But on top of that, they also have the boss the holograms. That's not a hologram. I think this. So the tactical holograms, right? They're at different difficulties, and as you beat them, you can do the higher difficulties. And like, as you can see, I'm on current difficulty 3 for the morning eggs. I might be higher, because I am 40 now, so I have like level 70 characters. But the camera was terrible for that particular enemy. But I believe I read somewhere that they fixed that, so, or heard somewhere that they fixed that, so I'll probably fight that later. But the game is just super fun. There's so much to do. I just love exploring the world. Like, for example, in Genshin, like, if I teleport everywhere because it's just faster. It is just faster to teleport everywhere. The first thing I do is go unlock all the teleporters so I can just go teleport wherever I need. Another great thing that they added, which when I was in Discord, I was talking to someone who said they dropped the game because they just didn't like reading, like too much talking in like the story. And I get that the story can be a little boring at the beginning, a little slog, especially in English. I highly recommend switching to Japanese. Like, the voice actors in English, not all of them are bad. It's like the direction is just kind of bad, but Japanese is amazing. And the reason he said it was just a gap fest, but they added an ability to just skip, right? So if you're someone who's like, I don't really like the story, like my best friend, like, he likes Star Rail, but you know, there's a lot of cutscenes because Star Rail is a like turn-based strategy game. So he hates cutscenes. He hates waiting for cutscenes. He just wants to play. He stop talking. He just wants to play the game, right? Well, he can do that in this because you can just skip. They have a skip button for literally like every cutscene, the dialogues for like the side quests. You can just skip it if you don't want. If you're a type of person that doesn't care about the story, you just want to play the game, you can skip it. Another topic that I want to talk about that I really like is, if I teleport, well, I'm already here. Okay. So there are biomes in the whole world. This is one area, right? But there are multiple areas on the map that feel completely different, right? So down here is like this like jungle. Well, it's like a giant tree, like grasslandy area, while the port city is quite literally the Sea of Flames. It is like a destroyed city with like floating buildings and stuff, and like a train. It is dope. It is then you have like the main town. You go up here, it's like There's like a grassy area. You go up here, it's more like of like a wasteland, like battle worn area. Like the areas feel like you're like very different, right? So again, that's like the exploration. It makes it so much more enjoyable to explore, right? But another part that I really like is when you do the exploration quests, right? The areas change. So when you start the game, right? I am being chased out. Hold on. Also, the echo systems in this game are great. You just a whole different ability for whatever echo you put in your first slot. Just like the relic system in Genshin, but just like added to it. Like, again, like the system like Genshin, where like the relic system or Honkai Star Rail's relic system, it's just it's pretty much the same, but like added. So like they took something that worked and they added upon it, right? So back to what I was saying about the environmental like changes. So when you do world quest, right? Like there was a world quest for this. So when you start the game and you come down to where the big monkey man lives, right? This whole area is like white and like poisonous. So if you walk in there, you get a debuff that like poison you, right? But when you do the world quest, right, and you complete the world quest, it goes away. You destroy like the flowers or whatever that like were making the poison. And the whole environment changes. The like cherry blossom trees bloom on the tree. It's very cool. And like what I like about it is like when a new area opened up in Genshin, you had to do a whole story quest to even get to the area before you can explore it, right? I did not have to do the world quest to come down here. Matter of fact, I didn't do the world quest until 2 days ago. Okay. The whole rest of the time, I was just walking through the poisonous area and trying to get to where I went. So like, I think one area, you have to do the world quest. Out of all the areas, there's one area where like there's fog, and when you try to go there, it like teleports you back. That's I think the only one where you have to do the world quest to access that area. And then also the boss at the top that's like locked behind the story. But other than that, like here, I could always go here, and I was farming the monkey long before I actually did the world quest to like pretty much like unlock the area without poison. Same for like another area, the mining area. So you can go there, you can fight the boss that is there, right? But when you do the world quest, it like starts up all the mining thing, and then you can just use, there's like a little shop that you unlock, right? So it doesn't lock off areas, but then doing the world quest adds to those areas, right? And I think that's just really cool. Like the environment changes. It's just, I think it's a really cool like thing that they did. And I don't see a lot of people talking about like, the environmental changes. So I felt like that's just really cool to me. Okay, so the next thing I'll touch on is the ecosystem. So the ecosystem is quite literally just like the relic systems from Honkai, from Genshin. It's the same thing. The only difference is this time the relics, whatever relic is in your main slot, right? It has an echo skill, right? So the monkey has transform into the monkey and then continuously attack enemies, dealing arrow damage, increasing current characters, arrow damage, and a heavy attack damage. So I have that on Gion. So when I use the monkey, I get the increased attack. But say I had the Rose Shroom as my main, then I would get the Echo skill to summon a Rose Shroom that fires a laser and deal havoc damage, right? So the different effects you can like switch out. So it gives like a whole different like effect to a character, and it can be like multiple different ones. And you also have like, you know, your sets. So you have your set effects, the 2-piece and the 1-piece. Like I have the Sierra Gale at 2, and the Lingering Tunes at 2. And then it has like the 5-piece set. And it's just the same. And I know that I see a lot of comments where it's like Wuthering Waves didn't do enough to make itself different from Genshin. It's too similar to Genshin, right? I think that's a terrible take, because you want the game to be similar enough to where like Genshin players can come pick up Wuthering Waves and be similar. Like they don't want to be overwhelmed. An example is I played Tower of Fantasy. I made guides on Tower of Fantasy like a long time ago. Spent way too much money on the game. nobody plays the game anymore. But a big part of it was like the whole UI was confusing. Okay, I barely knew how to do a lot of the things. Like it very weird. Another thing about Tower of Fantasy, but I'm not gonna get too far into it, is that the like slot the weapon upgrade things on the banner. You have to like pull for fucking 4 of them, and you also not guaranteed them. Yeah, it was a terrible system. But either way, back to this game. The like it has the skill tree just like Genshin, just like Star Rail. It has your relics, right? Your weapon. It's just familiar, and I think that's good, especially in the beginning, to just be similar enough, but be your own game, right? Just like FPS shooters all have the same base structure, right? Whereas gacha games primarily have all the base like structure. So it's not copying, right, one for one. Especially like with the echoes, like they similar, but also there's different aspects, right? So I feel like I talked a lot to say like pretty much mention nothing. All right. To say something negative, right? This event. So I get the game's new. It's just an event. So the Overdash Club event was kind of trash. Okay, it's just you running around, and for as much traversal, like as cool as the traversal is in this game, I feel like the first couple days of Overdash were like just walk from here to there. Also, just the random like timed running events in the overworld. Like one was just climb up a mountain. Like that's really, you could do so much more. I want them to do more. Like the movement is a very fun part of the game. I really wish the next event has more movement, because like the last 2 of the Overdash were actually kind of fun. I wish they were longer, but they were longer than the other ones, and they were more like you running around and like doing more. I liked that. If they improve upon that, it would be so much more fun. Make them a little longer, more challenging. Like I got the max amount of like score on my first try on all of them, right? Maybe make it harder. Like I want to be able to have to like go back and do it until I get it right. Like not too hard, but like just I think it could be vastly improved. I don't think like the idea is bad, but it could be vastly improved. But they also apologize for that, and they're giving us a different event and more rewards with that, because again, Kuro just gives us more stuff when they apologize, and it's A+. We love free stuff. You know, I might spend money on the game, but the less money I spend is a bonus for me, okay? And then plus on top of that, like, look, you get a 5-star weapon at 45. You got 15 pools for 35. It was 15 pools for 35, 15 pools for 25, 5 pools for 15, 5 pools for 5. So that's 40 pools right there for just playing the game and leveling up. And then you get a free 5-star chooser and another 1,000 of the currency, right? You get stuff from the elusive realms, which is also another thing. So the echoes, like you saw earlier, I walked into a shiny echo. So there are shiny echoes in the game that's like Pokemon. So you have a shiny Pokemon, it's different. So you get that once you beat that shiny, and then you unlock it for all of them, and you can just put the skin on all of them. And it's just really cool because it adds like another layer of the game that you can grind for, that like you can't, like it's just chance. It's just like shiny hunting in Pokemon. Like you just got to walk around and look. And it adds like another reason to play the game, because there's so much stuff in the game that it makes me coming back. I was afraid that I spent so much time playing the game, I would get burnt out and there'd be like nothing to do. But still at Union Rank 40, I still have tons of stuff to do. Like I haven't explored the map that much. I think like 67, 68, 83, 58 at Tiger's Maw, 58 in Jinzo, 48 in the Gorge, 58 up in the Desarock. Like I have tons of exploring to do. I have tons of stuff to do, and I've played the game a lot. Okay, I don't know how to check the exact amount of hours I've played, but I put in a lot. I have. And it's just a fun game. And if you're thinking like, should you play this? Should you play Genshin? Just play both. It's as simple as that. There's never a point in your life where you have to choose between playing one game or another. It is not wrong to not want to play one game, but want to play another, or to just want to play both. Right? It's just play both, like, or just play Wuthering Waves and dedicate all your time to this game because it's fun, right? And it has a skip button, and you don't have to listen to the unvoiced dialogue, right? But other than that, like, it's a super fun game, right? There's plenty to do. It's familiar for fans of other gacha games, right? And it is just so, like, the battles are just more skillful. Like, hold on, let me actually show you, because I talk about the combat, right? But me talking about it and me actually playing are completely different things. You're about to see me get my ass kicked because I suck. I'm not a good. That's why I spend money, because I don't have skill, right? I don't actually have skill. So I'm going to switch though, because I think he has an arrow debuff. So I'm just gonna switch to Calcharo real quick. By the way, Yinlin is coming out tomorrow, and I will be pulling for her on stream if you want to check it out. The link to my stream is in the description. I don't know when you're gonna watch this. If you're watching it today, it'll be tomorrow. But if you're watching it the day after it came out, I'll be streaming. So we'll go. So he's level 70, right? Oh, I suck. Yep. See, look, dodge again. A little counter. I could have dodged there, but he grabs you if I mess up. So I really don't like. Okay, so I stopped talking because I'm trying to lock in. You feel me? And this is the echo skill. So see, I just turn into the big monster. Right, I am not doing like any damage. Holy. Okay, ready? About to put in damage. Never mind, I'm about to die. Yeah, this is not my main team, Calcharo. I usually use Gion, and Calcharo's not really fully built yet. There's still a whole level 0 on him. Yeah, my main DPS died. I have more Teffy though, it's fine. Jeez. Well, never mind. It's okay, we have Monk Lady. I'm just gonna let myself die here though. Come on, fight me, monkey. Why are you not fighting me? Okay, there we go. I told you I was gonna get my ass kicked. But the combat is super fun, and if I was better at the game, I obviously could have beaten that. I'm sure Tectone could have beaten that, you know, god tier gamer over there. But I wasn't a jab at him. I like Tectone. But yeah, the game is super fun, and I really think that people should just play the game because it's super fun. And I've put so much time into it. You are 40, and like half of my friends are still UR20. So I've put enough time in where I think I can honestly give it the takes. Now, I will say there are still some things bad with the game. Like I said, that login lag for like the solid like 5 to 6 minutes that it was lagging, it's annoying. And the game's also not perfect. I'm not saying that the game is perfect, right? But I am saying the game is fun, right? And that you should just play it because it's a fun game and people like to play fun games, right? I'm not saying it's better than Genshin. I'm not saying it's better than Honkai, because Honkai is super fun. In my opinion, I think it's better than Genshin, but it might not be for you. But the point of the video isn't to compare the two. It's just to give my opinion on this game and if you should play it or not. If you're thinking, oh, I don't know if I should play it or not, just try it. Like, it won't hurt you. It is a free game you will get free stuff, a free 5-star. You get the discounted banner, which gives you another 5-star. So you'll at least minimum have 3 free 5-stars. If you do the discount banner, you use your 5-star selector, and then you do the regular guaranteed pool on the selector, the character select banner, right? You'll have the 3 5-stars. You can run around, play, and just have a good time. Like, it is honestly a good time. And also, the main character, right? The character you get, choose the female rover. It is my biggest regret. I chose the male rover. I spent too much money to delete my account, but it is, yeah, I regret it. I regret it to this day. The female rover is hot as hell, okay? But it's okay, because I'll be getting Yinlin tomorrow. But yeah, that is my opinion. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to talk about how great this game was. And it is just super fun. Like, so play the game. Yeah, that's about it. Peace.